truly terrifying killer.
Hey, are you okay?
A wonderfully violent backwoods slasher.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2026 horror film Dolly. The film is directed and co-written by Rod Blackhurst, and it stars Fabian Therese and Sean William Scott. Now the film follows a young couple, Macy and Chase, played by Fabian Therese and Sean William Scott. They're very much in love. They head off into the woods for a fun camping weekend. And along the way, unfortunately, they come across a rather disturbed individual who is clearly unwell, psychopathic, attacks them and abducts Macy, takes her back to their abode and treats her essentially like a child, and insists that she behaves like a child. She obviously isn't going to stand for this, and she tries her very best to escape. But Dolly won't have any of it and is intent on behaving as monstrous as it can in its own twisted mind, trying to raise her as its own child. Right, what are my thoughts on Dolly? Well, I'll be honest, guys, I wasn't expecting a great deal with this film. I get sent a lot of screeners. Some of them I watch, some of them I don't, because, sometimes it's just not worth your time watching something that's just hard to watch or poor. So I'm a little bit more selective for some of the screeners that I watch and review these days. But I have to say, guys, after watching this, I thought this was a really quite well made and at times unique new horror film. Now, at the very core of it, it doesn't necessarily do a huge amount different, but it's very stylistic, not in a pretentious way. It feels like it's got this washed out look. It's got this independent look and feel to it. It's almost like filmed in such a way that you feel like you're there. It's an intense feeling. It's claustrophobic. It's genuinely tense, and it's crammed full of some strong performances, especially by Fabian Therese as Macy, who is put in this ungodly position of being abducted by this monstrous creature, this thing that wears this dolly mask. Is inhumanly strong and is quite deranged. So she's also very intelligent, very smart, and she knows when to play along, and she knows when to try and fight back and escape. And she fights desperately to kind of get away. There's somebody else in the house that keeps whispering to her that she hopes that she can rescue as well. And I thought it was an incredibly strong performance by her, especially there's a scene where she is absolutely maniacal in a sense of just the emotion that's coming out of her. And that to me is like, it was very strong acting, and it's like that. It came from like a place of, real relief and terror at the same time. And I was very, very impressed with it, I'm not going to lie. And then we've got Sean William Scott in a horror film. He's not generally in many horror films. He did make that Dexter-style serial killer film about 3-4 years ago, which was very good, I thought. But I don't recall him being in a lot of horrors. And as you would expect, or as I expected anyway, I didn't expect him to be in this film very long. And while you could probably say he isn't, he still plays a pivotal part in the film. And he's got a strong part in the film. So it really did take me by surprise, this one, guys. I didn't expect this to be as good as it was. It is genuinely tense. There are some real scares in it. There's like an air of mystery because you don't know who Dolly is. You don't know, how Dolly came to be in this situation that, Macy finds herself in, this really horrific situation. There are some really difficult scenes to watch. It doesn't hold back in the brutality department. It doesn't hold back in the real violent elements of the film. You get plenty of that, and there are plenty of turn your head moments in the film that you don't necessarily expect, but the film just doesn't hold back. And there's also an element of sympathy for the Dolly character. There are moments where you feel sympathy for this thing, and then there are moments where its true nature is revealed and you're completely repulsed by it at the same time. So there's some clever writing going on here. There's some good performances, and we've got an interesting central antagonist here, Dolly. It's something new. It's something we've not seen before. It is absolutely creepy, and it makes you the hairs on your neck stand up when you see it for the first time. This Dolly thing. You can't quite make out at times, what it is, what's it doing, why is it doing all this? Is it male or female? Early on you don't know. There is a definitive answer given for that in the film, but I'm not going to spoil it. But it is just brutally focused on what it wants to do. This Dolly creature, and that is absolutely torment, and what in its own mind nurture these poor souls that it abducts, in what it feels is like a mothering nature, and it's absolutely not. So yeah, this one actually surprised me a little bit, guys. There is something a little bit new and original about this. It's got strong production values. It's got some real moments in it that will kind of, as I said, make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It's genuinely creepy. It's nasty. It's brutal. And it does most of the things it tries to do. It does it particularly well, I think. So, yeah, I'm fairly sure we're going to get more of these films. But let me know your thoughts if you've seen it or if you're planning on seeing it, and I'll see you back here on the channel with plenty more reviews and content very, very soon.